Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Coming live from Fire Up Your Heart, children of God. I'm a little on task today, but we had a bad morning yesterday. Well, it was fine. We went to this little store, took the puppies out, everything was fine. And then it wasn't fine. It was pretty ugly. not too crazy, but pretty crazy. All right. This was in Oregon, one of our stops. As I was faxing letters across the countryside because my son and I were extremely ill. 2009, the courts were not listening to him. They had literally discounted his victim report, and he forever shut down and never shared nothing like that ever again. And he was actually angry with me that I would ever think that we could ever fix anything or that anyone ever gets help by the court system. So I just want to say to the United States government, you've done a good job, huh? Making many, many people feel that way. Many, many children. This is a necklace, but I also added it where you could do this. I added like a little ribbon. These are wood beads. And this is so old, and I wore it so much. There's little design left on the beads. It's nearly impossible. It was never, that's what was so lovely to me. And obviously the hemp was very fresh, not mutilated. I have hand washed it, but it's gonna, keep falling apart. So I just keep it and sometimes have fun with it. Go here. Oh, and I always had that nice slender neck or whatever. And then here. And then you could even do like, I'm not a big bracelet fan. Only bracelets ever really were like those friendship bracelets. Thread. If there's a gem it's going to get accidentally, it's going to be accidental, but it's going to break. And you're not going to know where any of the gems went and stuff. So, woo, what's that all the color about? Why is the light changing now? God, I swear. I tried to do this raffle, famous David Hoffman, photographer, biography, film. Famous guy, David Hoffman, is raffling off this wood carving of Jesus. And I love it. I love the intensity of it. He uses the word hauntingly. Hauntingly beautiful. That's neat. But it won't let me pay. Or I went to the link. It won't let me. I've got all the profile in. And I've already called the phone. That's embarrassing. The phone you have on your business. That's ridiculous. And I was so excited. I was going to put not a bunch, but what we could do this week, maybe more next week. And then I'm like, Heather, this is a raffle. You're not guaranteed to get the Armenian from an Armenian wood carved Jesus. And the eyes are like so scary, and I thought it would be so awesome for snooper troopers, and if they stumped upon that interpretation of Jesus, might make them jump for a second. So I finally decided on a color. We moved in technically February, but closing was finalized in February, and then we had 30 days, and we thought that was plenty, and it wasn't. I got real injured. One of the dogs was scared. They were so scared at Brentwood for me, and they, so like going out the back door was a big deal with them, and if I didn't always navigate right, or they were like extra intense that day, well, lo and behold, Poe had I'm pretty sure he ripped something in my hip. It took me from I mean, he might have did that in January. I believe so, and I just kept pushing through. January, February, March, April. I might have been out of the dark in May. I was getting concerned in May. I'm like, John, oh my God, what did I do? I just kept doing like my own like physical therapy and the ionic foot baths and soaks and just, like my own, just like trying to get, that was a scare. So moving, and then it probably looked like I was purposely trying to be severely injured. And then John kept saying, you did your part. Gosh, saying we're more of those ones that have little stuff like this, it's like little, we both have them, like, couldn't one of us have it, like, but if you ever need string, tape, rope, threading, sewing stuff, fabric, that, fixing stuff, like, that's our, like, I guess, is it really hoarding? I mean, artists, I think it's hilarious, and I'm going to get off a lot of these shows. I've literally seen where they say hoarding is a form of trauma. Has anyone ever visited, like, artistic, creative, experimental type houses? Does it look like it's like a staged home where it's just, like, taking photographs for real estate? No. There's books stacked. You're going to have stuff going on, and it keeps the creative juices alive. Now, there are more organized artists. They might have like that one studio, everything's concentrated in that area. And we might get there. We get there if John wasn't married to a gypsy at heart, and I don't even travel anymore because of all the animals. I just fantasize about it and get a little bit antsy sometimes, just about, let's just go. You know what I mean? And it's like, oh, who's taking care of the chickens? Duh. Maybe the dogs could travel better now. We've been taking more road trips and stuff with them. Short road trips. Sometimes upwards of an hour, but they couldn't even do that before. So, I mean, progress, not perfection. We might be able to pull off a trip with them, but it would have to be very monitored. The bigger boy, he runs really, like, warmer. And not as tolerable of stuff like that. Heat, he's not good with heat at all. And he's always been that way, and I have to watch them. Hips, about the same, but he wouldn't know the difference if he was. He's just focused on fetch. Why is he going to do this? So what we got here is, I'm like, are you going to ever get away from this? It's like that. It's like a terracotta, like a earth orange. But they call this one, I don't see where that's flamingo tangerine. To me, flamingo tangerine would be, like, I don't know. I'm not figuring that out there. I mean, I'm not following it. So these old silly, there's a few of these ones still left. No, I think this is fun. It's so like, what is that? That's so 60s or something. Where it was like, well, they did that a lot. Like, okay, so under here is just too much surprises. We got the one surprise in there. I need to get something tonight. It's driving me batty. So we've been here since technically February, and I'm gonna try this. Like, this is one of my favorite colors. Like this one. They have a named Fiery Opal. This is nice too. Oh, and I'm trying to come up with a plan. Okay. Like, because of money right now. I wanted to paint obviously underlayment. Because I want the white. Or, ooh. I don't know. The first idea was I was going to try to imitate the bricks over here. Just like a faux. No, what I want to do is, I know I have a new idea, but it could change 100 times. A nice underlayment. It could even be just a cleaner beige, do a nice scrub-a-dub. get this thing off. We have a light sander. We got to get that out. I'm just going to do this one wall for now. And my first idea last night was, is she okay? That might be you. Let's just say I do a white underneath. It's not like me, but this was my first idea. A white. And then something, either I then take this color and paint and make like design in it. Just very simple. Just very simple. Like for instance, it wouldn't be like this. It wouldn't be like this. But it would, this is just an idea. Like I may do a tree. And this is very simple. It's not nothing. It's been done a billion times over. I just did it one day and I had the yellow and I was just trying to get my brain back in the hospital. The creativity that was all zapped out too, and I don't want to get pissed about it again. Fuckers. Trying to make me a brain dead vegetable. What? So there was 2 in the family, my nephew and me. And he's not brain dead. He rehabilitated pretty well from coming out of death for almost a year. Or whatever that operation was. So this might change. See, it's the fact that I would love to do this. But to me, it is kind of, it's so enclosed. So maybe if I stick with this and then have like this very delicate, I could even just be like a feather effect through here. We'll see. We'll see. I want to tie it in with the brick though. That's my idea right now. But I may not even get it done because if I don't get the first time, I ain't going to redo it. So it's got to be what I want to look at for the next forevers. This is hilarious, if you can see. John said there's tile on the wall because we had to put the stove up. It was leaning back. We had to do some mice investigations. It's not hilarious. Isn't that nuts? Look at that. It's the old eagle thing. And then this is like a brick. This is what I was trying to say a minute ago. Let's put almost the idea of a brick over a brick. Like there was already brick. The real brick, right? But then who knows what was under this. Just how the different designs and fads go through. But then you're back to the 70s or the 60s like, oh, well, the real brick's under there, but we got this now. Let's put the faux brick. These are the faux bricks. But it's a brick. They're just sliced. So where did they go? Here they are. She left them. And that's be the picture. That's like total 70s. I think it's cute. I think it's cute. And you know what? A lot of stuff recycles back through. Sometimes. This is cute. I never look. They're eating watermelon. I love this. Like the sun thing to come in, natural light all day. That's cute. So the door fell off. It was very alarming. We don't know if a mouse was running up. The dogs aren't going to tell us the events that go on. Sometimes Poe just stares at me like he's mad. They were here. But then he likes it. It's because he needs to prevail the whole property, and because he's that type of dog, and I know that. So step out for a minute. I've been kind of letting them go back with me, but then I gotta do surveillance with the dogs, and we never expected them to fully figure it out with the fowl because obviously their dinner is duck and stuff. But here's the growing turkeys, and I believe we're getting closer to finding someone to help us process them. I was going to keep them, but, see, Poe's like, good boy, Poe. Let's not get that close. I can imagine it wouldn't be very easy. Let's go. No, turkey, put your head down. You're going to have your turkey in Poe's stomach in a minute. You're going to have your head in his stomach. Good boy, Hep. Look at you two. How many weeks has it been? No more chicken murders. We only had the headlock. And what, did you step out of it? Hip, did you step out of the headlock incident? Because now we have a chicken that has a roller coaster head. She has the one eye that's just, you're not sure if it's even... Okay, I gotta go.